Good morning, students. Today we are going for another topic, that is classical theory of Raman effects. In the previous class, we discussed regarding the Raman effect and experimental study of Raman effect. Today we are going for classical theory of Raman effect. Before going to classical theory of Raman effect, I have to explain something. Okay, that is here when any atom, if you take an atom. See, atom consists of nucleus and electrons around it. Okay, when this atom is placed in an electric field of strength E, when an atom is placed in an electric field of strength E with the electric field with negative polarity and positive polarity. Okay, the electric field having the negative terminal and positive terminal. In that we are keeping what? An atom. Okay, now this atom consists of positively charged nucleus and electrons. What happens when we keep this atom in electric field? The positively charged nucleus will be displaced towards negative terminal and the electrons of negative charge will be displaced towards positive terminal. Like that, the atom will be distorted, nothing but what? Disturbed. So, like this, the nucleus, positively charged nucleus will be displaced toward negative terminal and negatively charged electrons will be displaced toward the positively charged terminal. Okay, so this is called what? Distorted atom. Positive and negative. Distorted atom. Now, we are getting positive charge separate and negative charge separate. This process is nothing but what? The separation of positive charges and negative charges is nothing but what? Polarization. Now the atom is said to be polarized. Okay, so this polarized atom, if we have the positive charge and negative charge separately, then these are called what? Dipoles, two poles, positive pole and negative pole. So the atom is distorted and we got what? A dipole. Okay, each and every dipole will have its own dipole moment represented by mu, represented by the letter mu. So the atom is distorted and we got what? A dipole. Okay, so it is having what? A dipole moment mu. Dipole moment mu. Okay, so here whatever the dipole moment mu will depends upon the electric field E, electric field strength E, because due to that electric field strength we are getting the dipole moment. The atom is polarized. So the electric field strength is more, then the dipole moment is also more. So mu is proportional to E, and the electric field E is how much? E naught sine 2 pi mu t. The electric field is how much? E naught sine 2 pi mu t. Okay, it is oscillating electric field with frequency nu. With frequency nu, nothing but what? Simply here slowly we are coming into the concept, that is classical theory of Raman effect. So atom nothing but what? Substance. When the substance is subjected to some frequency of light, what happens? It will be absorb that frequency and the atom will be distorted. Okay, and it will be the atom will be scattered the light in all directions. Okay, according to Raman, the scattered light consists of what? Frequencies greater and smaller than the incident frequency that we are going to prove. So the applied energy, applied electric field E is equal to how much? E naught sine 2 pi nu t. Here mu is what? Incident frequency. We know that E is equal to h nu, isn't it? So E is equal to E naught sine 2 pi nu t. This is mu is incident frequency. We know that mu is directly proportional to E. Mu is directly proportional to E. Mu is equal to alpha E, proportionality constant. Alpha is the proportionality constant called polarizability. What it's called? Polarizability. Okay, so alpha is polarizability, and we know that E is equal to how much? E naught sine 2 pi nu t. It is the applied electric field. Okay, so now it will becomes what? Mu is equal to alpha into E naught sine 2 pi nu t. Okay, alpha into E naught sine 2 pi nu t. But see, we have to learn here. We have to know this. All atom is nothing but what? Any material in the universe will have its own frequency. It will have its own frequency. Atom will have its own frequency. Every substance in the universe will have its own frequency. Nothing but what? It will be vibrate. It will be rotate. The atom will having a characteristic of what? It will vibrate and also rotate. Now, when we insert any light on it, already if it is in vibration, that vibration will be affect the polarizability. That rotation will be affect the polarizability. We know that polarizability is alpha. Now, the effect of vibration or rotation. Here, first we will see vibration. The effect of vibration, due to that vibration, the polarizability of the atom will be changes. How much? Alpha is equal to alpha naught plus beta into sine 2 pi nu v into t or nu VIB. Nu VIB is the new frequency coming from the vibration of atom. The frequency of atom. Vibration of atom. Nu VIB. Nu is the incident frequency. Nu VIB is the vibration frequency. Vibration of atom frequency. Okay. So, like this, we have polarizability alpha is equal to alpha naught plus beta sine 2 pi nu VIB into T. Okay. Where beta is the change of polarizability due to vibration. If beta is 0, then alpha is equal to alpha naught. Nothing but nu alpha naught into E. Alpha naught is the virginal polarizability. Okay. E beta is the change in polarizability due to vibration. Okay. So beta into sine 2 pi nu VIB into T. We have to remember this expression. Simple. Alpha is equal to alpha naught. Alpha naught plus beta into something. So substitute this value in this expression. You will get mu is equal to alpha naught plus beta to sine 2 pi nu VIB into T into how much? E is nothing but what? E naught sine 2 pi nu T. In your textbook, given alpha is equal to alpha naught plus beta into x by a, where x is equal to a sine 2 pi nu VIB into T. In your textbook, instead of nu VIB, we given nu V. We given nu V. Okay. So here x in place of x, a sine 2 pi nu VIB into T, a gets cancelled, and then you will get this expression on. Okay. So just for understanding purpose, it is very easy. So here, now what happens? Substitute this value in this expression. In this expression, alpha naught plus beta sine 2 pi nu VIB into T into E naught sine 2 pi nu into T. Multiply. What we will get? Alpha naught into E naught sine 2 pi nu T. Isn't it? This is the first term. And next beta into sine 2 pi nu VIB into T. E naught sine 2 pi nu into T. Nu is the instant frequency. Okay. So now beta E naught sine 2 pi nu VIB into T plus into sine 2 pi nu into T. Sine A, sine B. They are like sine A, sine B. We know that sine A, sine B is equal to of cos A minus B minus cos A minus B. Formula, trigonometric formula. Sin A, sin B is nothing but what? Half of cos A minus B minus cos A plus B. So substituting that formula here, what happens? Alpha naught E naught sin 2 pi nu T plus half beta E naught cos 2 pi nu minus nu I into B into T. And A minus B. We are taking A minus B. Cos A minus B minus cos A plus B. Okay. Now observe this expression. Mu is equal to what is dipole moment here? Mu is equal to alpha naught E naught sin 2 pi nu T. Here we are getting nu incident frequency. It is also called Rayleigh frequency because in Rayleigh experiment there is no change in frequency or wavelength. In the last class I explained. So this is nu is the incident frequency, and here observe here. Nu minus nu vibration. Nu is the incident frequency minus nu vibration. Nothing but the frequency less than the incident frequency. Nothing but what? Stokes lines. Stokes lines. Okay. Raman lines, Stokes lines. And here if you observe nu plus nu VIB. Nothing but what? Nu plus nu VIB. Nothing but greater than the incident frequency nu. Nothing but anti-Stokes lines. So the expression is clear. According to classical theory, you are getting the incident frequency. In addition to that, we are getting Stokes lines frequency. Nu minus nu VIB or nu V. In your textbook it is nu V, and nu plus nu VIB. Nothing but what? Greater than incident frequency, that is anti-Stokes lines. Like this, the Raman explained the classical theory. Okay. In this, we will getting Stokes lines, anti-Stokes lines, and instead frequency also. Okay, and similarly we can explain the effect of rotation. See, the rotation, it will occur 2 nu r because the rotation may be anti-clockwise or clockwise. Hence, the affected frequency or the resultant frequency is 2 nu r. Okay. See, the polarizability changes like this. Alpha is equal to alpha naught plus beta dash sine 2 pi into 2 nu r into t. If you substitute this expression in this equation and solve, at last you will get the incident frequency, Stokes lines, and anti-Stokes lines. Like this, we can explain effect of vibration and rotation. Like this, we can explain the classical theory of Raman effect, which is very, very important topic. Okay, previously asked question. Okay, don't neglect this. Thank you for watching.